Yeah, let's kick it. You know what I'm saying? This fucking thing makes me look like Casper the Ghost. Goddamn thing. Tell you if you think it's real. Da, 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 da. Tell me. Oh yeah, let's party. This tastes good, this coffee. Anybody out there today? Let's party. We had a good time last night. We spelled it all out. We're gonna have another one too. Man, this damn thing makes my Hey Angie, how you doing? Oh, you missed it? Oh, that's okay. Oh, you picked up a shift. No, that's okay. Hey Jeff, how you doing? Yeah, I got to get my coffee thing going. We're going to do a couple more of those episodes the next few weeks. We're going to put it all on the line, man. No commercials, no popularity contest. I picked up a shift. Good for you. Yeah, they're informal anyway. You know, I like how, like, if you want to show up, fine. If you don't, fine. If you get sick of the stream, just X out of it. How's your day going today, Angie? We had a good time though, but honestly, I prefer the impromptu chats. No plan and never know what we're going to talk about. Yeah, I had a good time though. Yeah, I got to get my coffee straightened out. I'm using this drip thing. It fucking sucks. It's just not coffee in its fullest. Oh, you work a second job remotely? Oh, good for you. Well, a lot of people. You know, I can remember reading, this is a long time ago, like 30 years ago or so, maybe longer. And they did studies on, oh, good for you, Jeff. They did studies on the importance of not working at home and that going out. I'm like that. I know that. Then damn COVID damn near killed me. I mean, I'm like a loner guy. Marty's the same way. It's weird we hooked up. And, you know, but here's what I like. Like today, I don't know if I'm going to do it today. Like I get up, I stop by the Starbucks. Hey, I know the people in there. I don't want to know them too much though. I've learned this over the years. Like, hey, how you doing? Then I go and I see the girls at Walmart, and then I say hello to the mail lady, and that's it. Once in a while, a minute conversation with somebody that lives around here. Maybe strike up a conversation with someone in a parking lot, and that's just fine for me. That's everything. But if I'm cut off from that, it's a real problem, like COVID. That was a tough time for me. And when I lived in Chicago, you know, all the places we lived, condos, 24-hour doorman. How you doing? You know, blah, blah, blah. And if that's gone, that's a real problem. Oh, once a week, you'll go get dressed up. Yeah, it's true. It makes you do that. But you know, back to what I was saying, that they've done studies on this and the importance of diners, coffee. This was way before the world went nuts. Diners, coffee shop, brief interactive conversations with people where you're not going to hear their tale of woe. You're not going to get into them too. As I've gotten older, I don't know about you, but you know, I'm not a drama guy at all. I love helping people out. I do. I really do. I don't know why I'm like this. Doesn't really make any sense. I'm the same way with animals. I'm just like this. I can't really blame it on anything. If I see somebody that's run out of gas, go get them gas. I ask them, you need any money? You know, you need to get to your destination good and about a 10-minute deal. I don't want to switch numbers and be friends the rest of our life. None of that shit. I just like short, brief things. And you know, here the funny thing about these chats is, I'm I'm not really like this. Like if you said we're going to get together and we're all going to chat at a coffee place, I'd never show up. I can't quite figure this out, to tell you the truth. You know what I mean? Yeah, tale of woe. Just don't want to hear it, man. Like I'll give you an example. I'm not bragging. You know, I've gotten lucky, man. I'm not shitting you. I've dodged some major fucking bullets. I mean, I made out okay financially, but I should have more money than I do. And that's just from like winging it, not giving a fuck. I never have had and have never done well at long range plans. I just can't, it's not in the cards for me. In the last 3 places I've been, I would have given you 10-1 odds that I wasn't going to move. Now, I knew when I moved to Florida, that was a roll of the dice and I probably wouldn't last long. And I lasted 5 years. In Chicago, 13, downtown, West Branch, where I never thought I'd live, 12. And now here I am in Georgia, 3 this April. And I lived here before and I didn't like it. So you just never know what life has to offer you. But I try and, there's nothing worse than some son of a bitch going around telling everybody what a wonderful person he is. But I realize how lucky I've gotten. I don't think it's guilt. I think it's just trying to help people out. I know how that whirlwind of doom can get you. You'd be doing great one day in a fucking quadriplegic, getting finger fucked by an illegal Mexican in a convalescent center for the rest of your life. You'd never fucking know. So when I see people and I'm in a position to like help them out, I do it. Like this poor girl waitress. I don't even know her. I don't want to know her. Where I eat at the Mexican restaurant, just started crying to me last week. She's a Christian, which that's a whole nother thing. I'm not religious at all. And I knew that was going to be an issue. And they wanted to take her mother off life support. And I don't even know her. And she started crying and said, did I know much about that? Well, I know a little bit about it. And so I did. I got a hold of a neurosurgeon that I know, and I got a hold of a family practitioner I know. And I got a hold, believe it or not, some of my best friends have been men of the cloth, and they know what I'm like, and they're not trying to save me. And basically, I thought I came up with at least not something that I thought was the right thing to do, but educated, informed decisions. And I called her and I told her. But anyway, hey Karen, how you doing? I'm going to pay her time off work while she's off work. I don't know what they make, $100 a day or something. Because here's a broke girl taking care of a younger sister. Who knows where the baby daddy is? They're from Thompson. And it's funny because I went in there and, I always get the same thing, that ceviche and guacamole. There was another lady working there, and she didn't know that I had this little interlude with this waitress. And I said, hey, how's Crystal's mother doing? And she said, Crystal is just the sweetest person in the world. And that's true. So when you're struggling like that and you're not really informed and you're a Christian and you got to pull your mom off life support coming up on Christ's supposed birthday, it's a lot on your plate. And the last thing you need to be doing is worried about paying your fucking bills. I mean, big deal. I'll pass a couple massage parlors now when I'm on the expressway and give her the money. But I'm glad to help her. I don't give them a chance not to take it either. I give it to them in an envelope. Just say, hey, this is a little note. I know you've been going through a hard time. Get the fuck out of there. I don't want thank you cards, cakes. The worst thing you could do is stop over. Hey, Miss Nissa, how you doing today? Yeah, I never, the marijuana thing, I've never smoked marijuana, tried a couple of gummies. I don't know. I'll tell you this. I will tell you this. Just a little bit that I read. A lot that I read, actually. And talking to people I know in the medical field, I'll tell you, all bets are off with regard to memory and the use of marijuana. Seriously. I mean, I'm a science guy. I'd bite you in the ass once in a while. Fen's an example, a couple other things. Some people, think the COVID shot, like Jeff, he had some kind of rheumatological issue. He swears it's caused by COVID. Shot. Maybe it is. I mean, I got it. If they come out with another one, I'll get that too. I mean, all you can do is line up the ducks as good as you can. It's like getting married. You end up, you got a spouse, they're attractive. They put up with your fucking bullshit. Sex is good. They got a job, not a lot of baggage, no kids. So you get married. It's not like you just get conked on the head by Cupid and everything's perfect. And life's like that. It's like Angie. She's up there. She's doing these jobs. I mean, you think that that's going to be the way it is until it's tits up, and you just never know. I take it one day at a time. I mean, not really. I plan, but not that great. Fuck, I don't know. I could be dead in a year. You know what I mean? Oh, the same thing about whiskey. Yeah. Now, I quit drinking back in, I never had a drinking problem. I quit drinking back in the last of April. And I'd like to tell you, I try and tell shit straight as I can, good as I can. And what happened, I started getting gastritis. Hey, Larry, the top of my stomach bothered me. I mean, it fucking bothered me, man. When you're making and I tried all that anti-acid bullshit over the counter. Fucker hurt. And it got so bad to where I just quit eating shit. Wasn't smoking things and not eating any of it, giving it to other people. And there were a couple times that I ate stuff and it's like, God damn, man. So I end up going to this thing. I get a lower GI and they say I had gastritis. Well, there's a million fucking things that can cause that. Be careful if you ever get that diagnosis. Because it's, everybody wants to lay it on acid, which is a major factor in gastritis. So anyway, long story short, so I lost a lot of weight in a year. And I didn't know what the fuck it was. When you're getting older, you blame everything on getting older. I mean, why not? Minus like a test that your blood count's way off. I mean, there's nothing worse than being this age, going to a doctor, and every year they say your labs are great. It's like, man, for your age, I wish I had labs like that. It's like, you're thinking to yourself, excuse me, you're thinking to yourself, what the fuck are you talking about, man? I feel like I just got fucked by an elephant. And my labs are great. How come my labs great and I feel like shit? So it just felt bad. And over a year, I lost some weight. And then it got really bad. And I tried all this bullshit, wasn't getting better. So it turns out I lost 29 pounds in about 14 months. And it's true. I cut back my food intake. Why? Because my stomach hurt. And back then, this doctor wasn't really doing me any good. And I thought, maybe it's alcohol. I love really good. It's not that expensive, $100 a bottle. Good whiskey, the good shit, costs you about $4 a shot. It's just the way it is. It's about 17 shots in a bottle. And I like this heavily peated stuff. And I would sip whiskey when read my books. Now, there you're splitting hairs too, because I'm telling you, if you're drinking like that, and I would drink 2, sometimes 3 shots over 3 or 4 hour period. I thought it was fucking great. I loved it. But I was always like, I wasn't getting drunk, but hey, the reason you drink alcohol is the feeling it gets. So I quit drinking. It's like, fuck this, man. I want to get rid of this damn shit. Long story short, as it turns out, this was all caused by this fucking doctor I had giving me the wrong blood pressure medication. My blood pressure's never been too much high. But it was high and he wanted it down. And, I was on a good blood pressure, never had any problem. This stupid motherfucker decided to change it and then increased it. And it was all because of lisinopril. It caused all that gastritis. I mean, I go from like wanting to write him a nice detailed letter about what this did to me so it could maybe help somebody down the road to going up there and wringing that motherfucker's neck. I mean, this fucked me up for goddamn 18 months. I didn't get anything done around here. I had a hard time moving into my house, didn't have any interest, never went back to Michigan, short with people, in a pissed off mood all the time. This isn't just like too big a fucking pill. This cost me 18 goddamn years. All why he's telling me how great all why he's telling me my labs were good. Stupid son of a bitch. Yeah, it was lisinopril. I do feel good now. I feel great. I've gotten so much done. So I got back into weightlifting. I got the same size waist I had as senior in high school. I'm trying to get down under. My goal is, I never have those either. I never seem to reach them. My goal is I'd like to get down to like 200. It's only 6 more pounds. But, even though it's like I'm getting in shape, it's like that. It's not like being in shape at 25. It's just not. You're still like a flabby old fucker, even though you wear the same size pants. And if you look at as you age, there's all sorts of shit that goes south. Your skin, I'm light complected, had every kind of fucking skin cancer there is. Yeah, they say listen to your body. I mean, I tried doing that. But I'm feeling good now. And it was because of a doctor. Hippocratic oath, do no harm. I mean, I go back and forth. I got a buddy that's been family practitioner for 40 years. And he told me this, and stuff like this, I take his advice. He said, don't do anything. Because when he changed that blood pressure medication, in his mind, he thought it was going to help you. And you're probably one of 10,000 people that something like that would happen to. So the only thing that's going to happen is he's going to feel bad that you felt bad for 18 months under his care. But that isn't going to keep him from giving it to the other 999,000 people that it won't create a problem for, that'll respond well. So just skip it. So I'm going to skip it. Fuck it. That's the second time that's happened to me too. Damn near University of Michigan damn near got me. They thought I had some kind of autoimmune disease one time. I look back now and I think it was related to poor sleep. Believe it or not, sore joints are related to poor sleep. But anyway, they tried me on sulfasalazine and I damn near had liver failure. And the stupid motherfuckers never checked my liver enzymes when they put me on it. So how do you know what was high? It's just negligence. So, I've learned now. Here's another thing I learned now too. My buddy told me this the other day. And it may have something to getting older, but when you go to the drugstore and you get a prescription and they staple that 19 pages of bullshit to the bag and you just tear it off, throw it away and eat the pill. That's one thing. Don't throw it away. Read it at least once. And it would be nice if the major significant reported side effects were in bold print and the things that hardly ever happen were in fine print, but that's not the way it works. It's all the same font from beginning to end. And if I wouldn't have been so lazy and stupid to tear those damn manuscript off the side of that bag, I probably would have caught this on my own. But that's what pisses me off with the doctor. You shouldn't be doling out prescriptions to people when you're not aware. Hi, Kathy. When you're not aware of all the side effects. I don't think you should. I had every single side effect there was. I even had the cherry on top. I had smoked salmon twice that gave me hives. I never had hives. Yeah, you know why? Potassium. You can't eliminate potassium on that fucking shit. In those same mornings, I had bananas, I'm pretty sure. So, I got a potassium problem to begin with. I'm eating a banana and smoked salmon. Fuck, no wonder I had fucking hives. I mean, like right now, I'd like to go back and bitch slap that bastard. 18 damn months of feeling like shit while you got medical insurance and you're seeing a doctor pisses me off. But I'm trying to have better anger management, like be more calm. Hey, Chris, how you doing? I'm trying to be more calm. It's not easy. Yeah, I thought of that too. But you know what? Everybody has bad days. I don't leave bad reviews. I just don't. Everybody has bad days. I mean, you could review me. I'd probably have fucking 1.5 stars no matter what I did. Restaurant, at fucking vacation, working on cars. I just get tired of people's shit and give them both barrels. And I know what that does to ratings. And here's another thing too. My buddy is the most dedicated fucking doctor you've ever seen in your life. He's just this son of a bitch will have a medical book in his hand on his way to the bathroom. I mean, butter on toast, all that shit. Cutting back on red meat, salt. I mean, he really practices what he preaches. 2.5 months ago, double bypass. 2 weeks after that, a carotid endectomy, 98% blockage. Fucker was like an inch away from dying. So you never know. Now, he thinks it's because of what COVID did. Created inflammation, and all bets are off on what COVID or the shot did right now. Who knows? If you look at arrhythmias and pacemakers that were installed post-COVID, it's hard to argue otherwise. Something's going on there. But here's a healthy guy and, lived by the golden rule of nutrition and lifestyle. And look what happened to him. He's lucky he's alive. This fucker just went back to work yesterday. Or Tuesday. What's today? Thursday? I told him, man, you're fucking stupid, man. Do not do this. But, he's almost been fired twice. Twice for giving away samples. Doctor's offices and hospitals don't want you giving out samples anymore. Twice for that, and once for paying for a patient's prescription out of his own pocket. They don't want you doing that either. He's a great guy, man. You'll never meet a better guy in your life. And but that's the way things have gone. And I told him, man, he'd quit that job. You know, he doesn't need the money, but he likes helping people. That's why he does it. Now he's back part-time, which is still a bitch. And they'll probably end up killing that son of a bitch, and it's all under the ruse of making people healthier. It's fucking mental illness. It's nuts. I told them I could just as well be up there right now. They got a nice place in Traverse City, you know, like 100 acres, prime acres, nice. I said, you're lucky I'm not up there right now helping your wife get this place in shape to sell. You could have been dead. And he acknowledges that, but then goes back to work. It's crazy. Yeah, it's nuts. Yeah, no, let's see. Who the hell is this? Let me fucking shine on this. Yeah, I don't not want her on here. I don't want these people on here. You see any of these other motherfuckers? I do not want these people on here. Ever imagine? Yeah, and feel like their arms are burning. My doctor said recently it's a side effect. No, it's crazy. Yeah, I know. Yeah, they say that. Fuck, I tried all that goddamn shit. Fuck, I don't know. I mean, I try to like. I mean, even though I know that my stomach wasn't a result of drinking a couple shots every night, mostly every night, I'm not going back to alcohol because I've been really fine tuning like calories and like exercise and like I never had it down this good in my whole life. And the net result overall compared to feeling good drinking and not drinking, it's no comparison. It's not like I got like a bunch of years left. And overall, you get stupid, man. I did too. You know, you want to eat like chocolate covered cherries and drink. I just don't want to, you know, I'm being more conscientious about these things. Now I could still drop dead tomorrow. I know that. But I feel a lot better. I'm exercises, weightlifting again. Do a lot of cardio. Man, I got my cardio down good. Like not yesterday, but the day before. I put 22 pounds in a backpack and power walk 4.2 miles. It's getting easy. It's getting easy. So I got to find something else. I don't want to blow 2 hours walking. I got to find another way to get my heart rate up in a shorter amount of time. But I like being in shape, feeling good. Just glad that I got here, but it certainly wasn't through any help of my doctor. You know? Fucking motherfucker. Get a new one. It's fun having a chat. We're going to have some other chats on here too. You know, some of the people that I wish would have showed up, I never saw them, or maybe they never said anything. And I caution people ahead of time. You know, when you're talking about affairs, you don't want to, you don't want to get yourself in trouble. There's people lose jobs and all sorts of shit from talking on chats and people finding out things. It's just not. I told them set up an anonymous one. We're going to have some other ones though. We're going to have one on what women really want. The difference between what they say they want and what they really want. Same with men. We'll straighten this out. At the end of these talks, you're going to be able to understand why you're stuck with who you're stuck with or why you're not dating. It's a trap you've sent for yourself that's faulty based on bullshit. That's today's word of the wise. Now, Jeff's figured it out. He got lucky. Fell into a bucket of his shit. Came out smelling like a rose. Him and his wife are soulmates. They get along. They've been married a long time. They're not having kids. That's hard to do. I mean, that's like the lottery of a personal achievement, you know? Yeah, working's good for you, I think. I'll tell you this, too. It's hard to take a break from nothing. So when you're retired, I see how so many people, they just go south. There's nothing like a day off after you've worked hard. You caught up all your bullshit, and then you got 3 days off. And the 3 days off are great. Why? Because you have a standard to compare it against. You worked your ass off. You deserve it. You feel good. You can't shit yourself. Just because you have money and time off doesn't mean it's going to be fun. It's crazy. Yeah, working's good. I could never figure out why these people that had money went back and got these bullshit jobs. And that's not the same either. You know, when you're successful or you've been good in something, you're recognized, taking tickets at the Down syndrome parade isn't the same. Your volunteer work. It's just not. It's not the same. Because you're just a beating heart helping, but you're not using any intellect, your decision making. You're just sitting there like a big dummy working for free, volunteering. I mean, that volunteering work, somebody needs to do it. It's great. I'm not knocking the people, but you don't get that self-satisfaction out of doing that stupid shit like you would if you were in a skilled position. And it's just the interaction with people. You know what I mean? 70. Oh, wow. Okay. I'll be 69 next month. 69. Half dead. Yeah. How would you like to just be starting out in life, though? God, I just won't worry about these people. I don't know how you're 20 years old and you could drop out of college when I was going, like I did a couple of times, and make more than your professor and your parents combined. Some steel mill or car company or something. Not anymore. I think it's just going to be a reworked standard of living. I mean, we're heading third world. No bullshit. Look how much a vehicle costs now. Fuel to heat a house. There's people that have to sell their homes because they can't afford the taxes. They don't even have a house payment. That's insane. Yeah, that's right, Angie. Yeah, same thing. That's exactly right. You never know. Hindsight, right? Now you know what they're talking about there. 2020. That's no shit. Hindsight's 2020. You better believe it. Yeah, doesn't work. It's just like advice. You couldn't have told me anything when I was that age. Yeah, read the room. Kind of true. Oh, what did Miss Niss say? What's wrong with her? And then you always got the debilitating health problem, you never got a job again? I don't take any meds except cannabis. What do you have, like chronic pain or something like that? No, fuck, there's lots of people that take it. Down here, I live if you look at all the counties in Georgia, I'm third from the last as far as broke counties. No money. Taliaferro County. It's Tailaferro. It's pronounced Tolliver, though. I mean, the poverty around here is like crazy. Got one store here, Dollar General. That's why you see me drive my ass off to go to a bookstore or out to eat. It's the way it is. Closest Walmart, it's a dump, 21 miles. The best one's 34. It's all narcs. Oh, okay. Yeah, family too. I don't have any family, and you know what? I'm happy about it. It didn't work out for me in this life. Fucking deadbeat parents, crappy sister. Glad they're not around. That's why I don't care about the holidays. I don't give two damn shits about Christmas or any of that stuff. Birthdays. Just another day to me. I'm sure if I had Ozzie and Harriet, I'd think quite differently. It's how you got introduced to this world. You know what I mean? If you're a 16-year-old girl and you got gang raped, I doubt that, intimate relationships would come easy to you. If you grew up in poverty and never had anything and had a criminal record and could only get minimum wage jobs, you're going to look at life differently. Big difference between coming from educated, cultured parents and a couple of hillbillies like I was born to. Yeah, I really like it here. I mean, I like it here at this stage of my life. I like it here. I'm on the home stretch, going to be tits up, 10, 15 years? I'm in the home stretch, but I wouldn't have wanted to be here at 30. No fucking way. So, the thing is trying to, plug the holes in at the right time. You got a lot going on, and depending on how your life works out, who you marry, who you get involved with, substance abuse issues, how you manage money, it's a fucking tornado. Yeah, Tucson. Yeah, I don't care for that deserty stuff. I don't want to look out the window at rocks. One thing you got to say for down here, it's always green. Everything's always green, trees, grass. Like today, I'll be out sitting on my couch on the porch, think it's going to be 70. It's fucking crazy, man. And it's in Florida. I lived there for 5 years, man. The place sucks. I like visiting it and I like the wildlife, but other than that, you can keep it. The whole place, all of it. If it wasn't for the warm weather, nobody'd be there. Oh, Philly. Oh, really? Yeah. No, it's what you get used to. Yeah, row houses. You grew up in Philadelphia, that kind of thing. And then you look at the big cities. Philadelphia is an example. Detroit, L.A. Oh, you lucky. 25 in a blizzard. That's my favorite weather, winter actually. But I went without it so often that, yeah. But I see that's what I used to. 25 in a blizzard, man. That's exciting. You see like it blowing hard and like you're slowing down and people stuck. And I mean, for comfort, like going out today, you can't beat this. But for excitement, I'd rather be in Minnesota in a blizzard. Yeah, I bet you're right, Kevin. Yeah. But still, I mean, your winters haven't been traditionally like they were over the years. Heck, I remember as a kid, Nashville's nice. I like Lexington. Yeah, I mean, you're not going to find to me, prettier place in the spring than Lexington. I mean, even if you're not into horses, that bluegrass and just the beautiful horse farms and young horses out running around, for the first time in spring and the trees blooming and birds singing. It's just, they got it all there. Louisville, not so much, but Lexington is pretty. And they got that little town just north of there, Elizabethtown. It's just nice, man. It's nice. I'll tell you another place you're going to laugh that's also very nice. Fort Wayne, Indiana. No shit. Fort Wayne, Indiana. I love Rapid City, South Dakota. I love Minot, North Dakota. I love Havre, Montana. But I wouldn't want to live there. I've been everywhere in Alaska. All up through the Aleutian Islands, all at the very top, Barrow, all on the mainland. I wouldn't want to live there either. But I loved visiting it. I considered living there at one time. Oh, it is? Oh, I didn't know that. Covington. Yeah, Covington, yep. And that's right next to Florence. Yep, Florence. That bridge is pretty cool. Yeah, I love Minot. Have you been out there, Crunch and Munch, Minot? And you can go right up there to Antler, North Dakota. I got a good Antler, North Dakota, right on the Canadian border. Yeah, love Montana. Have you been? Now, I don't know if you've ever done this or not, but I've done it a few times, actually. You go up and you cut up through Minnesota and you get on Highway 2 and you go all the way to Kalispell. Yeah, Havre is a beautiful town. Havre. Just the open road. God, man, it's beautiful. It's kind of like these places are. I love the Mississippi Delta, too, although I wouldn't want to live there. I love Tunica, where gambling took off and now it's in the tank again. The whole Mississippi Valley. I love Natchez. I love Tunica, Robinsonville. Memphis. You can keep it. It's close to Memphis. You can go up there if you want. Oh, Jamestown, North Dakota. Oh, wow. You got out to those places, huh? Florida, you can keep the whole East Coast, all of it. Maine, Delaware, New York can have it. You can keep California too. I don't really like Utah that much. A little bit of Washington. You can have Florida. You can have Alabama. Oh, you've been all over North Dakota. Now, how'd you do that, Crunchy Munch? Were you just out there traveling, or did you work, or what? See, I like southeast Kentucky, Appalachia, but it's very impoverished. A lot of those people really got fucked when those coal mines came in there and left. And I've learned in living that I don't like to live in a mountainous region. You get robbed out of too much daylight in the wintertime. And you get a half inch of snow and everybody's barely driving. Like you look up at Gatlinburg or Pigeon Forge north of me. It's pretty up there, but I would no way want to live there. I don't like the mountains, living in the mountains, even if I was at the very top. I like going out to the mountains, Colorado, Alaska, but I don't want to live in them. I love going. You guys, this is no kidding. I'll guarantee this to you too. You'll never find a more beautiful drive in your life. Even Charles Kuralt said this. As it turns out, Charles was fucking his secretary for 25 years in his motorhome. Told the cameraman, don't pan back near the bedroom. Beartooth Pass. It's the east entrance to Yellowstone. Red Lodge, down through Red Lodge. Have you been through Beartooth Pass? If you can, go on YouTube and look at Beartooth Pass. Absolutely stunning. You know, the United States is marketing where they want you to go, and you kind of buy into that. Me too. But Beartooth Pass, the east entrance to Yellowstone, nothing like it. I mean, super gorgeous. And Crater Lake's another one of my favorites. Way out of the way, not that many people go there. You got 2 weeks vacation. You know, it's too easy to go to other places. In most of the places I've tried to visit in the winter. You know? All right, Angie. All right, you have a good day today. I don't really care for the Smokies that much. You know, I was kind of ignorant on the Smokies. I mean, they're not that far from me. You know, that's the #1 park where people die. Smokies, can you believe that? Now, I think it's mainly not that it's the most beautiful, but it's just, you know, it's easy access to everybody. It's kind of in the middle of the country. And there's 441 goes right through the Smokies. But I don't really like that mountainy stuff too much. Yeah, Death Valley, been out there before too. I like it. I like the desert a little bit. Now, I like going out to Red Rock if I go to Las Vegas. I mean, I'm going to meet a buddy of mine out there, I think, Ken. And I will, you know, I don't like going to the shows or the strip clubs or any of that shit. I like going out, and I like seeing Vegas from 8 to 5 from a person that lives there perspective. Yeah, it's great people watching. You know, it's funny you should say the desert, because there is a desert out. You know those saguaro cactus? There's a place, a national park. I want to say it's near Tucson, but I'm not sure. Well, anyway, they had a Holmes tour here over in Washington, which is a lot more historically relevant county than the one I'm in. This county actually was comprised of 3 counties that gave away acreage. I mean, it's not like beautiful. Washington, Georgia, Wilkes County, Wilkes, where the Revolutionary War was fought, where they first kicked the British's ass. I go there all the time, nobody ever there. Revolutionary War, beautiful. But what was I going to say? Oh, anyway, I went on that Holmes tour in Washington, and I was talking to a lady, and she had lived out there around this, maybe it's this national park in Arizona. And she said that she's traveled, was a world traveler. She did something for some big company and got around. She said, you'll never see anything more beautiful than spring in the desert in Arizona. And, you know, you find out a lot of things in life by just like that. Here I'm, you know, traveling around, reading books, watching things on good places to go. And, you know, up until then, I always, you know, I'd been through the desert. I liked it, but I didn't want to spend any time there. And I went and looked up where she was talking about. It's whichever national park where those big, tall, like saguaro cactus are. And I looked, and it's like, God, yeah, this is fucking awesome, man. And it was beautiful. It's like it's a 2 or 3 week period. Oh, really, Crunch and Munch? Yeah, Scottsdale. I used to started eating at P.F. Chang's out there, Scottsdale. Red Rock. What's that place where the rocks talk to you? What's that place out there where the rocks are supposedly talking to you? Yeah, so I'm going to try and make it a point to, and I'm a big venomous snake defender. Do not kill venomous snakes. If I walked out here right now and one bit me, I don't want you killing the snake. Yeah, that could be it, Kevin. That could be it. I got to look that up again. I'll know next time we go on a chat. But it's just so beautiful, man. That's another thing, venomous snakes. You know, now if I had grandchildren running around here, or an 18-year-old bikini model that I wanted to live, I might kill venomous snakes, but luckily I'm not in a position where I have to. Why are these venomous snakes so beautiful? Sedona, thank you. Yeah, that's exactly right, Sedona. Why are these venomous snakes so damn beautiful? We have them here, the copperhead and the timber rattler. I mean, you could not paint a more beautiful painting than that of a venomous snake. And the same thing with the diamondback rattler that you find out there in the deserts. These things are just absolutely stunningly gorgeous creatures. Beautiful. I was watching a video last night of a copperhead someplace where the mother was like protecting the babies. They were like, I never really, I just never thought of snakes like that. I was just thinking they hatched and got the hell out of Dodge. But it was a big old giant mother copperhead. And she was like got in a striking stance. And these five little baby copperheads were going around. It was cute. I unfortunately ran over one accidentally with a mower in a place in the middle of the day on the other side, where the other house is. And I felt terrible. Ran over a copperhead. I wouldn't have done it if I saw it. I mean, there's an ecological purpose for these. They should be here. And, down here, you got a lot of the rattlesnake festival, which I went to down the southern part of Georgia. It's all conservation now. You're not killing rattlesnakes anymore at any of these shows around here. Now, they still do in Texas. I'll tell you, Texas, some of the stuff they do out there, man, I just don't know if I'd want to be in that place. Like their attitude about certain things. They just don't seem to get it in the big picture. Yeah, evolutionary thing. Well, they're saying that with the rattlesnakes and the rattle that they think, this is a theory, right? They think that it's to keep from getting trampled by hoofed animals. Yeah, it really is, isn't it? And even these pythons and these boas and all this stuff, they crossbreed at these shows. The color schemes are just beautiful. I just don't want to put things in cages, to be honest with you. I think it's not right. Who knows how they suffer, or how they don't, or if they've been born in a cage or not. I bred birds. I had 3,000 pairs of birds at one time. But then it hit me one day. It's like, what are you doing, man? But I got into it because I thought I'd be good and produce healthy birds. And, they just banned the wild caught import restriction. They just started the wild caught import restriction where in 1998, there were no more wild caught imports. You couldn't get big cages of birds from foreign countries and they'd quarantine them and then you were able to buy them. So I thought that was a good time to get into bird breeding. Well, it was a bad time. But I didn't know that then. But then after a while, I'd have birds get out and they'd fly around. They were just so beautiful. Like these vultures, these vultures, talk about mesmerizing, just watching vultures, fly around. It's beautiful. Love watching. Now, how would you like to have all those vultures in a fucking cage? It just doesn't seem right. You don't need to have a PhD in zoology or biology to realize that these things have these wings to fly, not to be in a goddamn cage. All this shit. I'd like a bunch of stuff. Honestly, I'd like to have a couple octopus in a big giant aquarium. But what if you lose power? Or I just don't want to put anything just for the novelty of looking at it in an unnatural environment. I'd love to. I'd do enough like beekeeping, same thing. I don't do it. It's not really beekeeping. Now, I did set one up and they come and go and I don't take any honey and I supplement their food. But they're still in an unnatural enclosure. It is a natural hive, which means they draw their own honey. It's not a perfectly designed rectangle that you extract in a machine. But so I guess that's good. Fuck, I don't know. But I'm not into doing this kind of crap, man. I wouldn't enjoy hunting. It's debatable whether or not it's needed. You go to Galapagos Islands, man. You want to fuck that place up. Just go put some human beings down there with PhDs and see what they do to it. They've done the same thing with the Great Lakes in Michigan. Those fucking salmon should not be in the Great Lakes. The alewives, all that bullshit. They've ruined the Great Lakes, if you ask me. But it's all about money, right? which is why these states are hitting the panic button now. People aren't hunting like they used to be. Yeah, you grow up in school, 1960, you were the guy, man, if you shot a big antler deer somewhere. Now it's like more conservation. And I got a real problem with putting food out for animals and then shooting it like they do around here. I mean, you got to have a fucking major screw loose to do that. Like, I feed the animals everything around here. I'm not saying I deserve any credit for it, but you put food out, and then hunting season comes, they come for the food and you shoot them. You got to be one fucked up son of a bitch. Heidi Fleiss. Yeah, I never really found her particularly attractive. How about that Poultry, the one that was the Washington, D.C. Madame? She was actually a very bright lady. But, a lot of these sociopaths, you ever see people that, like John Wayne Gacy, that fucking wacko said that he gave the children that he murdered the love their parents never gave them. And Poultry kind of reminded me of that. I mean, Poultry, look, the bottom line, she was running a fucking online horror house. You ordered blowjobs. End of story. And those sociopaths, they'll go to their grave thinking they're being picked on and that they didn't do anything wrong. And then they'll go into Adam and Eve stories and this is natural. Nope. It's like when you get caught with a hooker in a hotel room and you're talking about roses rather than $400 for a blowjob. We all know what you're talking about, roses or $100 bills. We're not idiots. And Poultry, even though there were things that I liked about her, and this is going to sound really fucked up, she killed herself in her mother's shed down in Tarpon Springs, Florida. And I give her credit because she realized at that moment that her life was over, even though she hadn't been in prison yet. And I give her A+ from that. I do. She didn't think she was going to get out in a technicality or that someone's going to be sympathetic to her running an online horror house. But I gave her credit for having the moment of clarity and making a rational decision to end her life. Yeah, kind of sad. But, if I've got 20 girls out here and I got people driving them all over for sex, that's not a dating site. Hello? Yeah, you see through this fucking bullshit. Just like this fucking wacko that killed the CEO over healthcare. Smart guy, but nuts. Unabomber, same thing. Just because you don't like technology and rocket ships doesn't mean you go around mailing bombs to people. Yeah, it's just absolutely fucking crazy. Yeah, I don't like deer. I don't really like it. I probably don't like it. I mean, it's just as fucked up with eating beef. I mean, I eat it. I have a perfect place here to run a cattle ranch. And I just could not do that, man. Go out there and like watch them and stuff. I mean, I think you got to be. I think they should make that you got to be a serial killer to be a cattle rancher. Unless you just get I know 4-H does a pretty good job at brainwashing kids and letting them know when they're in their diapers that these are not pets. These are commodities. And I don't know. Is that okay? I mean, there's all sorts of things in life, whether you eat vegetables or meat, whether you're bisexual or straight, whether these are all decisions. Fuck, I don't know what the truth is. I mean, I guess I got lucky. I like girls of age, by the way. Yeah. Well, that's cool, Crunch Munch. I didn't know you traveled around like that. Huh. How'd you get to travel like that, Crunch and Munch? How are you that lucky to do that? Raises cows, pets, ends up eating them. Yeah, if you look at mores of a culture, there's nothing wrong with it, I guess. I mean, it's livestock. I mean, but boy, I wouldn't want to do it. But maybe I'm fucked up and they're okay. I mean, I do eat beef, not too much anymore. Busy girl around town. Good for you. Now, Crunch and Munch, I know you said, I think you're 48 or something like that. Have you thrown in the towel now, or you got big plans for the future? You're just going to take it a day at a time? I tried bison. I mean, they do that. Same with ostrich, emu, all that shit. It's kind of a fad, but I noticed that I don't even see it in the case anymore at Walmart's. It's healthier, it's less fat. Let me tell you, when you're eating meat, which I don't do too much, I really cut back on my meat consumption. I want 80-20, right? I want to hear the fucking hamburger sizzling. I want fat in the fucking thing. I'm not pretending to eat healthy when I'm eating a fucking hamburger. I don't want 10-90. I don't want bison that's leaner. I don't want fucking lean. I'm eating meat. This would be like eating strawberry shortcake with no fucking sugar in it. I mean, there's, have a bison ranch. Well, they are coming back pretty good. The damn white man damn near wiped them out. Bison. They were down to like 600 pair or something like that for a while. No throwing in the towel. Hair appointment tomorrow. At the Botox. Oh, carry on then, girl. Yeah, that Botox, boy, there's different theories on that. Where do you get it, in your face? Yeah, I mean, Botox. So you're trying to keep looking good. Good for you. Well, that's smart. That's why we're going to have a discussion. The affair thing, I don't care one way or the other. It seems like the best chats we have are the ones that are impromptu. We never know what we're going to talk about. When you plan them, it just takes the fun out of it. But I do want to have a chat some night, just balls out, lay it on the line. We're going to just put it out what men want, what women want, what they really want. None of this fucking horse shit you read in a book. I'm going to tell all the women out there, I've surveyed enough men. I know what they want. And what you say you want, what you really want is different. When you're on a talk show, you don't really talk about it truthfully. Some people don't. We're going to straighten this shit out. What women really want. Oh, appearance? Oh, you're rather versed on your appearance. A good idea. You're smart. I noticed a trend there for a while where women were just kind of, I don't want to say letting themselves go. I'll never hear the end of it. But I said, like last night, especially at my age, when I'm dating somebody, I want them to wear as much makeup as possible. I'm not going to mince any words about it. I like their hair done, their nails, perfume. I don't want this fucking goddamn alpine fucking pine cone eating fucking hairy leg look. No. That's getting villainized now. This bullshit these crazy, stupid Hollywood actresses are doing. We're going bare. I say the more makeup, the better. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Yeah, maintaining an appearance. So, Crunch and Munch, I think you kind of alluded to one time that I think you said you were never married. Yeah, but you're still actively dating, or you would. Well, because I mean, are there people out there, and you may be one of them? This is why I'm asking. Are there women out there that just keep doing this for themselves, and that maybe somebody will be a beneficiary of it, or both, or what? Oh, you're married 2 times. Gotcha. Now, do you think, you've also aged and you're smarter. Do you think that the 2 times of being married have created a new attitude for you, and that I don't even want to say 2 marriages were a mistake, but have you learned anything, and do you think that's going to change the future with what you know now compared to then? You know what I'm saying? And I mean, did this pay off in any kind of way? I mean, did you fuck up? Was it my looks from, oh, there you go. Now we're talking. Her looks were her biggest commodity. That's no shit. I mean, I want to categorize you as old school. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of like a passing thing. Women now, if they don't look fucking half lesbian, who are you? You don't wear makeup. You're in trouble. You meet women. It's like, well, you going to put on some makeup? I'm not. This is where this conversation's going. You say to your girlfriend, you see another good-looking girl, it's like, God, I'd like to see you two give each other a back rub. Do you want to go rub that guy's dick, that truck driver? No, I don't. It's apples and oranges. Women get hostile when, you can't win with some of them. You compliment about their looks. That's all you care about. You don't say anything about it. You don't appreciate. You can't fucking win with some of these women. Exit stage left. Yeah, that's a good idea, Crunchman. So you can still attract men if you want them, and if you, that's good. An even exchange. Well, I don't know that it's everything. Okay, good, gotcha. You don't care about makeup, but leave the goddamn sweatpants at home. Yeah, all right. See, Kevin just said something right. That's exactly right. Hey, Crunch and Munch, would you agree with this? Would you say that like the thrill's gonna wear off with whoever it is anyway, and just ride that wave as long as you can? Would you agree with that? In other words, do you think you could get married for a third time? Do you keep in touch with any of those guys? With any of your exes? And have you had long-term boyfriends since? I mean, it's nice to know where other people are coming from. Oh, within you. I'm kind of like that too. Would you think that, do you think that could be mental illness? Or you call a spade a spade? Thank you, Larry. Oh, you keep in touch. Oh, okay. Now, you think you could ever rekindle the flame, or that ship sailed? Oh, okay. Oh, good. How about this? You went full circle with two guys. You've had long-term relationships. I mean, is anything light your fire at 48? I mean, do you think is it worth pursuing, or you're just whatever happens, happens? Long-term relationships. Oh, the ship has sailed. Gotcha. Right. Do you think there's anything left in the gas tank with regard of new and unique, or you've been there, done that? Oh, really? Gotcha. No, I got it. I get it. That's interesting that you wear Botox and keep your appearance, and that you feel that way as well. I think that's good. I think it's good. It's not for someone else. It's for you. You do see yourself getting married again? Really? But what is it going to bring you that you already haven't had, other than maybe a lifestyle and some more money? Getting married to an older gentleman? Oh, okay. You mean like one that's going to die within a couple of years after the wedding? I mean, why not? Yeah, women just, oh boy, you want to turn off older women. Just start talking about younger women. Fucking A, man. You want to kill a conversation. Oh, okay. What's this fucking thing not showing my damn... But I have the desire for a physical relationship right now. Oh, you don't have the desire? You better get your hormones checked. Oh, now we're talking. Now you're talking, Crunch and Munch. Oh, you don't look your age? Yeah, I guess that helps. Yeah, you may not look your age in clothes, but I learned this a long time ago. Like, I belonged to a good, kind of a uppity health club when I lived in Chicago. And same with Hilton Head when I'm over there fucking around on the beach. There's a lot of good looking older women, but it's not like 28. No fucking way. I mean, they can look great in spandex and tank tops, but nude's not the same. Even if you see like a 40-year-old that's got the best body possible, it's not a 20-year-old body. I mean, I'm not knocking them, but you can only stretch that so far. No pun intended. Same with guys. Like, I'm wearing the same pants I wore in high school. Now, I don't think I'm going to get as strong as I was when I was in my 20s, but I'm not that much off. If you see me in clothes, you'd think I'm a guy that's a weightlifter. But if you saw me without my shirt on, you can tell I'm an older guy. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's that kind of like tight, the way I don't know what it is exactly, but your skin just doesn't look the same. You just like, you don't look like you look at a bodybuilder, right? You see some good older guys that like are muscular and look good, but they don't look like somebody that's in their 20s. I don't know exactly what's going on there. It's almost like the difference between like you paint it on their skin or if you like put it in a microwave. It just doesn't look as good. I mean, I'm not, there's no, yeah, no one can age. Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, bunch of plastic surgery. Like there's a little spot on my stomach, like around my belt line, that's a little fat. And I bet there's no way I could ever diet that totally off. I mean, you don't really notice it in clothes too much. I'll give you an example. George Lynch. I got a man crush on him. Played in heavy metal bands. George Lynch for Dokken. He still looks good at 70. But if you look at him when he plays Mr. Scary on YouTube. George Lynch, Dokken, Dokken. He's a good-looking guy. Great head of hair. He looked like Harrison Ford when he was young. Now, he just did about 3 years ago where he got back with Dokken. It's on YouTube. And he still looks good at 70, but he wears a black shirt and like black pants. But you can tell, I mean, he looks like an in-shape guy for 70. But you can tell he's got that old man fat around his belt line, which is probably where he wears a dark shirt. And you look at him compared to when he was playing with Dokken on Mr. Scary on YouTube. There's no fucking way he's ever going to look like that again. Yeah, it's kind of true. Well, it depends what kind of plastic surgery it is. Like, I'm not really too sure about the Botox. I mean, I guess it helps. But like these kissing grommy lips that women have. The Jewish women that are famous that got their nose whittled down. That looks good. But when it's noticeable plastic surgery, like Joan Rivers or Cher or Mickey Rourke, no thanks. And that girl that got in trouble for getting her cow, and that Lori Loughlin, she looked fucking good too. But I mean, I mean, yeah. Yeah, he took steroids. Yeah, bodybuilder, yeah. Well, he's right about that. He's right, Kevin. That's exactly right. That's true. But here's one thing about the George Lynch story that doesn't really make sense. And that is that, George Lynch never looked like a bodybuilder to me. I mean, he looked like a guy that was in shape when he's playing that Mr. Scary with Dokken, but he never looked like a fucking bodybuilder. I mean, I never saw any photos of George Lynch anywhere where he looked like, it's like, guy's a bodybuilder. He looked like a guy that was kind of in shape. But if he was taking steroids in the pictures that I've seen of him, the guy had a fucking screw loose. When you listen to him in some of his interviews, he's a well-spoken, bright guy. And he said that's the biggest mistake he did was taking steroids. But, you don't take steroids at that juncture of lifting. Something's not quite adding up here. But it's true. Cocaine's a cumulative effect with dementia, Alzheimer's, Michael J. Fox, Kirk Gibson, Bob Probert, Robin Williams. I can give you all sorts of examples. Fucking Bruce Willis. They don't tell you that, though. But yeah, cocaine and steroid use. And Arnold Schwarzenegger has a series of heart operations. That's exactly right. You're right. Yeah, I mean, Cher is 80. Yeah, I guess she looks good for 80. Yeah, Burt Reynolds looked awful too. But there's something, Kevin, if you ever find out anything about it, I'm kind of curious about it. Because it just does not add up on a bodybuilder. And you'll see comments on some of the songs that he's played. And he never looked like a bodybuilder. I mean, why would you be taking steroids? You look like a guy that was like getting in shape, that was in shape, but not a bodybuilder. And you would have thought, you know, as bright as the guy sounds in an interview, that he would at least known enough to take him supervised, you know, not going and having somebody steal him out of a veterinarian clinic, and more is better. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Randy Savage, all those guys, Lyle Alzado, steroids. Yep. But that's also why guys like Arnold Schwarzenegger are still alive. They took him in a supervised capacity, liver enzyme tests all the time, monitoring your kidneys. Collagen, yeah, you're right. I think that's exactly it. I think you're right, Crunch and Munch. Because, you know, I find this interesting. Take a beautiful woman. Take as an example. I'm not saying she's beautiful. She's attractive. She was beautiful, I'd say. Martha Stewart. And you took, let's say, a side profile, like a silhouette, only as a photo, that side profile. And you took a photo of hers when she was 20 and a photo of hers when she's 70. It's hard to articulate what the difference is, but there's a major difference. You know, the second you look at that, how different 20 is from 70. And I'm not knocking this. Everybody ages. But it's hard to articulate. It's like, how could you write down on a piece of paper and describe what aging does? It's difficult to do. And I've noticed as I've gotten older, I just find like more women that I wouldn't have found attractive. I'll give you an example. You know, I put a thing where they can water their horses out here. I had a water line run to the road. I don't ride horses. Don't give a fuck about them. Don't want to ride them. I'm not trying to meet women. But I thought it was a nice thing to do in the summer when you were riding your horse by here. You had a place to get water because you're a long way from the park. And I talked to the women out there when they pull their horses in there. And here's a perfect example of this. This is like Mother Nature, just cuts right to the fucking bone. I walked out there the other day and there were two older women, like probably my age, and one younger one that was a little fat. And we're talking. They're telling me how wonderful I am for putting this watering thing out there. You know, thanking me for letting them ride their horses around here. And, you know, typical male. I'm like eyeing these women up, and I'm thinking these two old bags, they're nice, but I don't think they're, you know, they're not my type. And I thought the plump, the young, fatter one was cute. And I thought about this later. She's probably 35. And I thought about this later, and it's just that that pretty face. And I start like thinking to myself, pretty face, like even though she's a little overweight, she's attractive. And I didn't think that with the two older broads. You could tell they were lookers at one time, but the ship has sailed. And that is just fucked up, man. But I guess it's just Mother Nature. But if I'd have had my pick, if I could have had my pick, I'd have took the 35-year-old plumper who still looked very feminine and young. And I was thinking collagen, fucking A right, bingo. We learned something today, Kevin. Now, once in a while, I'll see an older woman that's like I think is really like super attractive, but boy, it's not in the numbers of the younger ones. I mean, I've dropped the bar now where I'm even thinking plumpers are cute. Yeah, oil level. Yeah, that's it, Kevin. This is why these chats, we're smarter men than we were an hour ago. Yeah, they do crunch and minch. Yeah, that's exactly right. Now, look, you guys, now, sex and another thing too, you know, I joke about, I shouldn't do this. It's aggressive humor, I guess you call it. But I tell the truth. I mean, I ain't no fucking Brad Pitt either. Don't think I don't know that. But that doesn't keep me from, you know, wanting something. You know, we're not talking about me. We're talking about them. We can talk about me. But I mean, you know, when you're looking at people, I'm not attracted to overweight women. I'm just not. And I talk about it a lot, and I get a lot of hate mail about it. But really, I have a lot of fat women friends. Not a lot, but I have some. In other words, that's not a deciding factor on whether or not going to be friends with anybody or not. It's just, I don't find that I wouldn't find a fat woman sexually attractive. I just fucking wouldn't. I'm not going to make excuses about it. And, you know, So Tweety, she's got a great channel. I love Tweety. I do. I think I would consider her a friend. We don't really talk too much. She has a chat. She's kind of a heavier girl. And she's got a channel where she goes and she rates and uploads fantastic videos, 10,000 times better than anything I ever did, about cruising. And, I'm fucking talking about this. I shouldn't probably do it, but I do. And anyway, she wrote a comment on a video last night. She missed the chat. I'm one of your fat friends that's trying to lose weight. And, I actually felt bad when I read that. Now, I got a couple about probably 10 or 15 plumpers that fuck with me full time, which is why I think I bring it up so much. They fucking try to get me kicked off YouTube, and they write me hate emails all the time. They're always changing names like they did last night on the chat because, I've said things about fat girls. And that is kind of a way of fucking with them. But I'm not going to say it's all that. And I'm just clarifying that I have good, nice, fat friends. I'm just talking about what I'd be attracted to. That's all. But I probably still sounds like I'm an ignorant hick, which I probably am. It's not nice to say, and I apologize. But when I saw that comment by So Tweety, it bothered me that she heard that and said, I'm one of your fat friends, which is true. I love her as a friend. I'm glad to know her. But I'm sure that didn't make her feel good, and I should quit talking that way. But really, when I'm mentioning fat, it's for these fucking plumpers that fuck with me all the time. Not because of the people that I'm friends with, but you wouldn't know that if I didn't explain it like I did now. You know what I mean? I want to have another segment too on people you're attracted to. It's not always what you think. I mean, Crunch and Munch, I know you're pretty upfront, Jeff. I'm sure you're the same. I'm talking about the days before you were married. Have you guys had, and Kevin, sometimes you'll see people that they wouldn't be characteristically described as good looking, but you're like super attracted to them. Have you ever had that happen? It's weird, man. I mean, there's some people that are just like, God damn it, man. Well, it's not always looks, but it is most of the time. Does this ring a bell with anybody? Oh, that's not true. No, not true. No, not true. Let me tell you this, Crunch and Munch. I've mentioned this more than once. I had an old airline pilot, and he used to give me just words of wisdom, really sound advice when I was younger. I'll give you a couple examples. When I was young, like 11, 12. He said to me, showed me a good-looking girl. He's a really crude guy. He said if he ever had a chance, he'd fuck the Virgin Mary in the ass. He's one of those kind of guys, but a good guy in a lot of ways. But not making excuses for comments like that. I remember one time he said to me, you see that girl over there? Real good-looking girl. He said, yeah. I said, yeah. I'm just a kid, but, I didn't really have a relationship with my dad. He said, someone's tired of fucking her. I thought, wow, why would you be that, Tired of fucking her, man. She's gorgeous. Another time, I had a girlfriend up at Michigan State, and it was blizzard, snowing like a motherfucker. And 70 miles away from the college I was going to, and I wanted to go up there. I was going up there. I didn't give a fuck what happened. He said, you ought to stay home. He said, the roads are bad. I said, no, I want to go up there. We're going to spend the weekend together. He said, hey, let me just give you a little tip of advice. Jack off a couple times. And you're going to pay more attention to the weather report and how dangerous the roads are. That didn't ring a bell till years later. But I got it. I figured it out. So, sometimes things aren't as they seem. You know what I mean? But here's back to the point. He told me this too. He said, you're going to notice that women that you're friends with, most of the time, he was batting 1,000. Most of the time, women that you're friends with, most of the time, most women that you are friends with most of the time, under the right circumstances, you'd fuck them. I'm not saying you've ever had a relationship or you're ever gonna. You go out to lunch, it's platonic, they're married, you're married. But deep down in your heart of hearts, I remember him saying, I don't know if this goes back to the caveman days or not, but under the right circumstances, you'd fuck them. And you know what? he was right. He was fucking right. I mean, this son of a bitch was batting 1,000. I mean, he really gave me a lot of now. Old Jewish lady told me horror houses save more marriages than they broke up. Can't live with them, can't live without them. I could go on forever. And this just seemed like flippant jokes at the time. And as I got older, it's like, God damn it, man, I wish I had listened to this. But you know what? You could be privy to all this information. All of it could be 100%. You could believe it 100%, and your life wouldn't change at all. It's a roulette wheel. Life just is. I can find myself so attracted to a man after gating. Oh, yeah. See, now that's funny you should bring that up because women talk about, I joke about this sometimes too. It's not what you look like, it's what you whisper in their ear. And that kind of follows along with what you say, get into their minds. That's true to an extent. Now, long story short, I was just talking to a buddy of mine today. He was helping out a friend of mine, some advance. He's a hedge fund manager. And we joke about all sorts of shit. And the lady that he was helping that I know is super educated, really bright, love her to death. And I was joking with him. I said, this is as good as it gets for this age. And, just a beautiful person. And with all that said, education, great sense of humor, successful. That doesn't make a dick hard. And I joked with him and I said, we'd still rather go for the 18-year-old high school dropout that strips part-time with a perfect body. And there's an element of truth to that. Now you could say, man, it's really fucked up. But it's kind of the opposite of what Crunch and Munch said, when you can get attracted to a man and get into their minds. Now that's true. And I found overall, and I could be wrong, and I appreciate your comments on this. And that is that there's a way to a sexual relationship with a woman through the mind that's pretty hard to get through a man. It's different. It's different. Yeah. No, that's kind of how I am too. Oh, you could be, Riggs. Well, congratulations, me. It's two of us. Yeah, visual creatures. But here's the thing. Do you think that would be considered being shallow? Like, let's say, for an example, you could just go to a place. I could go to a place where it'd be a room full of women. Well, I joke about this all the time. I say that it's kind of the same. I go through 725 Match.com people that are recommended to me. 725 women whose profiles I look on Match.com, and I wouldn't let any of them blow me. And along those kind of lines, like if you took me into a room and there were 725 educated women that were successful, great people, good personalities, but I didn't find them physically attractive, fuck it. And if you were going to set a big bear trap for me to try to fuck me, would you do it with some highly cultured French finishing school graduate with a lot of money? Or some big dipshit that couldn't get her GED with big tits that never planned on working? I think that's the one you ought to put in the trap. Now that just galls women. It pisses them off. They claim you're shallow. And fuck, is there a better way of explaining it? I think Asian women age well. I think some of them are good. They don't have much hair. And I don't like their nipples that much, though. Yeah. But I mean, they've really dropped the standard with flight attendants and TV anchors. I mean, they've villainized appreciating good-looking women. And like I said last night in the chat, I mean, I really find, And it turns me off sometimes too. I really find that when 30-year-old women are in a beauty contest, the bathing suit contest is stupid. They're up there and they're reciting poems. They showed paintings they painted, papers they published, books they're half through with, and then come up in a bathing suit. I mean, yeah, I get it. Or you just see, I see women too, it turns me off. Like I see some women, I really get turned off when I see some flat-chested women just go get a big giant, the neighbor, the one that was getting banged by the UPS guy when I lived up in Michigan. Pretty, no tits, had a big old pair of 36 double Ds put on. Just, the day she got them on, she was wearing these tight half tops. And I thought, what a fucking bimbo. What an idiot. And, for all the accounts of women talking about size, doesn't matter. Most are getting, it's surprising the people, if you talk to them without any breast augmentation and you got to know them, it's like, well, that's just ridiculous. I am what I am. This is me. If you don't like it, leave. But there's just so many holes in stories of women that meet that entire criteria that get big fake tits put on. And a lot of them always say, well, it's because clothes fit better. That's not why you got those fucking tits put on. I mean, come on. It's the same thing with drinking. You drink to get drunk or to feel a buzz. It doesn't taste that great. If you don't believe me, drink a non-alcoholic beer by the six-pack. It sucks. Oh, really, Terry? You know what I mean? Beautiful but a drunk. Got it. That's a turnoff too. When I see women drunk and like acting really stupid, it's such a fucking turnoff. Yeah, I don't like that accent. I don't like that English accent either. I don't like that accent. No, I don't. Yeah, drunk women. How about this? You ever had it happen? Crunch and Munch, I bet you've had this happen. You meet somebody, you're getting to know them, you're having fun, and they get drunk and just start acting stupid. It's like such a fucking turnoff. How about this? Do you believe this, you guys, that you can be with somebody, everything's going great, then they just say something. It's just like so fucking out there, and it just turns you off, and it's fucking over. And they had a great personality, they were attractive, and they just make some fucking comment. It's like, it turns you off. There's no going back. You just get quiet and wish the fucking night was over. Have you ever had that happen, Crunch and Munch? I don't like the accent. I don't like that. To me, just my opinion, which isn't worth shit, Melania Trump looks like she ought to have a fucking dick. Yeah, drunk is no good. It's a total turnoff. When I was in college, I had a couple girlfriends like that. I just fucking left them there. I didn't give a fuck if they got fucked there or not. By then, it's just like done. They say these are little things, but they're not. They're big things. I'd rather have a big old saggy tit than a fake plastic one. No, yeah, don't like drunk. That's exactly right. Crunch and Munch, would you consider yourself high maintenance? No, me either. No, Melania. And she also looks like she'd fucking murder you while you were sleeping. Yeah, she just strikes me as like one of those Russian mail order brides. Fuck that, man. No way. Yeah, out of control. Yeah, it's a turnoff. Yeah, carries themselves. That's exactly right. Crunch and Munch, would you consider yourself a jealous person? Do you think you're a jealous person? High maintenance, yeah. Yeah, I kind of guessed that. Yeah, high maintenance. Well, you're still pulling it off at 48. Good for you. You must be doing something good. No, I don't think she's attractive at all. I really, honestly, as far as TV, I can't even tell anybody I think that's great anymore. Crunch and Munch, would you say you're running the show most of the time in these relationships? Like, is it a division of power, or are you kind of calling the shots? Oh, gotcha. Yeah. I think I get jealous. I get jealous. I think I'm a jealous guy. I thought I was over it, but I'm not. Like, I'm kind of like starting to date somebody a little bit again that I dated a little bit before. And, if I call up there and I don't hear back from her in a couple hours, if I was up near there, I'd drive by her house. It's fucked up. Because there was a guy she broke up with in between me. And even though I haven't found any holes in the stories, it's just your fucking mind, man. You think this way. She's probably out there fucking rocking the car trying to get out of a snowdrift. And I'm thinking of her getting bent over from behind. Yeah, it's looking like it, isn't it? Government shutdown party. Yeah, I think I'm a jealous person. Still, I thought it was over. It's not. Yeah, I still get jealous. Fucking crazy, isn't it? Yeah, isn't that the truth? Want what you can't have. Be careful what you wish for, huh? It's the truth. You'd think too, all these times at YouTube, that over the years I'd meet somebody, and I've never like hooked up with anybody in YouTube, not even close. Yeah, I get jealous too. Where I think I've gotten better, but you have to get back with me on this, is where I start pinning them down. I just gotta like check myself to not start quizzing them about where they've been. I guess I'm insecure. Fuck, I don't know. Maybe I'm insecure. Maybe there's just a chance they're getting fucked and I don't like it. Goddamn psychiatrist charging me $200 for this bullshit information. Motherfucker. That fucker be getting divorced too. He listens to his own advice. Not easily obtained. I want the easily obtained. Like good-looking young escorts with great bodies that have not been kidnapped, that don't get me arrested for sex trafficking. That's another fucking thing. Before you just worried about getting busted by your wife or your girlfriend, now you got to wonder if you're going to get indicted for fucking sex trafficking 20 years later. Yeah, I think I'm kind of a control guy too, control freak too, still. I was really bad. I've gotten better, but I don't know why. Fuck, who knows why you do this shit you do. Yeah, keep the chase. Yeah, drama. I like easy and great performance. Want what you don't want. I like the challenge. Yeah, I don't like the challenge either. I want to have it all wrapped up and kind of like an indentured servant. The migrant labor of sexuality. I stabbed my first. Oh, you did? Did you get arrested for it? I know two women actually that come on here. I'm not going to tell you who. Got locked up for whacking their husband. Oh, thank you, Terry. Yeah, well, fuck. It's years of psychiatry. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I don't think I get that mad anymore. I probably would though. You're not always like, the best judge of your own behavior. Oh, used to beat you? Oh, motherfucker. Yeah, there's something about beating women like it's like really like extra wrong. That's not right. Why'd you put up with that? Oh, no kidding. Yeah, man, I don't want that kind of bullshit. I think I've gotten a lot better at heading that off at the pass. Physical confrontations. Oh, good idea. Great. That's a good idea. Yeah, you're right about that, Angie. But I see some of these people like, I mean, if it was linear, right? In other words, if there was a graph on what was important and you started the graph at 20s, fuck, by the time you get in your 60s, there's nothing left. So why date? Which is where a lot of people are at. It's weird. Which is why a lot of people are at. It's nuts. Yeah, it's just who knows. I think if there's an element of luck involved that you just have to get lucky and who you meet, when, where, that kind of thing. Yeah, same here, Crunch and Munch. Crunch and Munch, did you ever strip or any of that kind of stuff? Did you ever do any of those adult things when you were young? Oh, excuse me. Let me grab this. I got a little bit of coffee left. Till I'm getting old, man. I'll smell something 12 hours later. I left the fucking coffee pot on. Get fucking Alzheimer's. Hey, Penny, how you doing? How's it going? Oh, you did dance? Oh, that's cool. Oh, good. Good. Good for you. Did you make a lot of money at that? Did you learn about men there? Was there a life lesson learned? I mean, you can learn something from anything, being in porn. I was saying this is how I know I've grown as a person. Like when I was young, I bought into all this bullshit. And then I realized after years of like, massage parlors, strip clubs, escorts, horror houses, dirty magazines, peep shows, and menage a trois, that I was just like they were. That the John is no different than the person providing the service. And back when I was young and stupid, it was like looking at the outside, looking in an aquarium, and I judged them. Not really, because I'm not religious, and I'm not capable of judging anybody. But now that I'm older and I know how life works, I think I could have a relationship with an ex-porn star or a stripper or something like that. I think I've matured enough to see through that bullshit instead of that false ceiling. Learned about men? Yeah, I bet you did. I could do it. So if anybody knows any retired porn stars, I'm interested. What I'd really like to do is I'd like to get someone that doesn't like that didn't do it, that thinks they're high on the horse from a morality perspective. And I'd like to get them and the retired porn star, and I'd like to have a threesome in a brand new hot tub. Now you know why I don't date much? It's the kind of shit that goes through my fucking head. I mean, this idea of getting somebody my age and holding hands and going to look at Christmas decorations, it's fucking bullshit. Fuck, I've probably fucking jacked off 5 times before I showed up. Fucking lesbian videos, threesomes, deep throat fucking cum facials. And then I show up, oh, so nice, you're taking me. out to see these. It's like, yeah. Oh, it's okay. You know, these people have put so much time into decorating their houses. I couldn't get a fucking hard on if he held a shotgun to my head. I already beat it all day long. Then they go home and they say, Tom's just such a nice guy. He picked me up. It's like, yeah, he's exhausted. He's been beaten off to porn all day. There's always that part of you they don't know. That's my problem. So you say, well, you should just be up front. Tell women this. Yeah, I did that too. They think this motherfucker is crazy. Yeah, but it's what I like the idea of a nymphomaniac, but it's what comes along with it. No bullshit, man. Like I say all the time, if all this shit that I talk about these women, if one showed up, I'd probably call the police. I'm not that fucking stupid. You know, it's kind of like, oh, No Country for Old Men. I mean, if Josh Brolin should have just kept on fucking walking, left that fucking bag of money there, you see what it did to his life? Got his whole fucking family killed. Him too. That's how that fucking nymphomaniac shit is. That's how far I've grown as a person. Yeah, somebody showed up. It's like, hey, I saw you on YouTube. Yeah, I'm a nymphomaniac. God, I've been looking all my whole life for some guy like you. I call the police. Yeah, I'm not a fucking total idiot. There's some things that just aren't possible. It's just like taking a handful of gummies and going out there and beat my wings, think I'm going to fly with the vultures today. It's fucking nuts. Not happening. You're fucking out of your mind. There's just some things that are not possible. You know, I'm a realist. Yeah, it's fucking weird, man. I know. I'd rather just get like an all-A successful woman and slowly corrupt her. But, you know, you can't, I've noticed this too. This sounds terrible. If there's any young guys out here, please turn your screen off right now. Now, somebody just mentioned to me the other night, they think the power of persuasion. And I've had women that I talked into threesomes that don't talk to me anymore. They said I talked them into it. It's like, what the fuck you mean I talked you into it? And I asked you and you consented. Well, they didn't mind them, but it bothers them now. And they don't want to have anything to do with me. So I don't want to like be responsible for like people thinking that I talked them into things, because I didn't. I laid it on the line. They agreed to it. You know what I mean? Thank you, Terry. Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah. I had a couple girlfriends. I was always thinking of that. I mean, the guys out there, Terry, Kevin, I mean, did you ever have girlfriends and you were thinking about you'd screwed the mom if you could have? You know, I didn't do that, to tell you the truth. Nothing like that. Nothing. I know I seem like a guy that liked that shit, but I don't. No, I don't. 2 girl blowjobs. That's it. I like girls making out too for some reason. I was just talking to somebody about that last night. Actually, somebody I started dating again. You know what she said? Yuck. It's like, oh, God. Yeah, I don't need a fucking 21 gun salute to know to not bring that up again. And she's kind of a Bible toter. I kind of like that about her too. These blowjobs seem so much better when I know they're going to church on Sunday. She says she knows it's not right. I said, well, that's why Jesus died for your sin. Now start blowing. I mean, he planned on you doing shit like this. I said, why don't you just cloister yourself, go get your cherry sewed back in surgically, and we won't date. I mean, what the fuck? Yeah, don't they? Yeah, cheated on. Yeah, it's not good. I would never cheat with anybody anymore. I can't fucking win though. I can't. You can't. If you're totally honest, you won't have a relationship either. I told you the other day in the chat, it's like I said, well, I want you to be completely honest with me. It's like, okay, I'd like to fuck your sister. It's like free speech. Yeah, you might be able to say it's the consequences that you're not guaranteed. Yeah, just go out today and go in a mall and yell bomb. You'll be in fucking prison within a week. Yeah, it's not like that. You got to be careful about the shit you talk about, including like other things. I've gotten arguments with women over this. It's like, I know you like it. Oh, here's another one that'll set your fucking ass up. is you'll say, if anything ever happened to me, are there any of my girlfriends? Do not fall for this bullshit. Are there any of these, any of my girlfriends, if anything ever happened to me, you'd have a relationship with, do not fall for this. Say, no, they're just good friends. And it'd be nice to just keep in touch with them. But no, because if you crack that door, even the slightest, you're fucked. It's just as bad as talking about young women and ogling young women at a cocktail party when older women are present. They'll fucking hate you. Do not do it. Yeah, just be around a bunch of people your age and start talking about the virtues and how gorgeous young women are in beauty pageants. You'll be lucky you don't get a fucking pickaxe between the eyes by the end of the party. It's just the way it is. Sometimes you have to have you just need to know better. Like if you like big tits and you go on a thing and, unfortunately they don't put bra size on dating sites, or you wouldn't have fucking asked her out to begin with because you like big tits. Nothing wrong with that. You show up, pretty face, nice, all this other shit, walks on the beach, you read the same books, and she's got no tits. And then the conversation goes, it's like later on you get to know her and you're trying to be a good guy. You don't want to let him down. She asks you in the third date, the breast size matter? Because she knows she's got no tits. This has been brought up before. And you look her right in the eye and you say, it doesn't really matter. Because at that moment, you don't want to, it'd be like me saying, do you like thick heads of hair on guys? I mean, if we're at a dinner and we're having a date, if she's thinking of like running her hair through fucking Ronald Reagan, fingers through Ronald Reagan hair, I'm fucked. Stephanie and I joke about that. I mean, I'm going to bang her when she gets down here now. She still has both legs because she's got circulation problems. But she talks about when she was in her 20s, long hair and running her fingers through guys that look like Chippendales. Well, that wasn't going to happen with me back then. But now that we've, blown 40 years and we're both old, and we'll take what we can get. If she gets one leg removed for circulation and I suffered from male pattern baldness and shaved my head, we're going to fuck. But it wasn't possible 4 decades ago. It just goes to show you maybe time does heal all wounds. Are you with me? No, there's plenty of things in life that aren't fair, Angie. But it's that false litmus test to begin with. It's all bullshit from the start. But you be on a date, nice, you liked everything about him, and she asked if breast size matters, because somewhere along her life, this has come up, and that was a deal breaker. Yeah, Terry, that was a deal breaker. So I would look her right in the eye and say, it doesn't really matter, which is a lie. I mean, sometimes you do, man. You fucking got to, and you get pinned down like that. Thank you, Terry. Yeah, it's just the way it is. Know what you're going to get. You really don't. See, if you can, this is what we should do. They should start a dating site where you're just like this. And 500 people come on here and you talk shit and you lay it on the line. You might not have enough balls to do it in person. You're not high. You're not drinking. Maybe you are because you're at your home. Everybody's on a laptop. And you just come on here and you just tell them what you really like. And when all the dust settles, you've just fast forwarded everything, cut through the bullshit, and you got a chance of making it because you've saved so much time. You've skipped all this protocol of horseshit. Yeah, now we're talking. Yeah, fuck yeah. I think it's worth a try. I mean, we've tried everything else. Why not? Take no prisoners. Want everybody to reach the highest plateau. Infolov's wife brings some pretty good insight into things. She's a very analytical thinker. But, you're biased. You're always subjective based on how you feel. And it's nice to get third-party input sometimes that'll help you grow. You know what I mean? Does this make sense to you, Pug? I mean, if in a perfect world, you'd be throwing away all your French ticklers and vibrators and dildos because you met Mr. Right on here because you experimented. I say it's the way to go. I think it is. I think it's something to think about. Where's Crunch and Munch? Well, sometimes you think about this crazy ass fucking shit while you're thinking there, and I think sometimes like Crunch and Munch, has that been your like the ID you've used ever since you came on here? Oh, about troll? Yeah, don't feel no. That I think. See, now I look at that the opposite way. Now we have ignored them. We've ignored them, and you see what it has. They can't stand it anymore. Sort of like immature, drama-laced losers. They come on here in droves after agreeing to like bomb the chat. These are adults doing this, Pug. I'm glad they did it, because if there was any doubt that it was me and not them, that should go away. I mean, that's sad that many adults could act that way. Oh, mom and all 3 daughters? Holy shit. Dumpster Dirk. What a dumpster dick. Wow. What a lucky bastard. I think that's the stuff porno movies are made on. I mean, look at porn. I mean, do I need a better example? You can ask anybody. It's the responsible for the funding of the early internet, because that was, Wikipedia is great. I do send Wikipedia money because I've learned years ago, you got to support shit you believe in or they're going to go out of business. I pay full price for books at Barnes and Noble because I want them to be around. I send money to Wikipedia because they use it all the time. And porn funded, paved the way because people were actually going to send money. I just don't like cheap motherfuckers using shit free all the time. I get a little pissed at it when they're using the free fucking StreamYard and that other damn thing you talk on free. Just pay the motherfuckers. They provided a service. Same with YouTube. They piss me off. I bitch about them all the time. I've got lifelong great friends because of YouTube. And I would have never met these people in my life otherwise. So I thank them for it. But they fuck with me all the time. Now they're fucking with me on my paid for music all the time. They don't send out my notices. They quit recommending my videos, which I don't really give a fuck about because I do it. I just wish they'd have never done it. But if they'd have never done it, we wouldn't be talking. So it's just like a marriage with these motherfuckers. Half of what they do I like, and the other half I don't. Fucking cocksuckers. It's a love-hate relationship. We've had a few. Oh, good for you. But yeah, be careful what you wish for. You can find a lot of good things. But I think somebody should just start like a YouTube channel, dating site. Get on there and quit fucking around. Lay it a line. If you're a woman, you don't like giving blowjobs, well, bring that up, and then we'll find out how tall you are and how much you weigh later on. Let's cut to the chase and quit lying. Now you're going to get a bunch of women. We'll ban their fucking ass too. They're going to, oh, that's dirty. That's all you talk about. Everything's sex. Every time I turn on, you're talking about porn or escorts or blowjobs or threesomes or lesbians. I'm so sick of it. We'll can their fucking ass right out of the fucking chute. This is going to be open dialogue, whether you like it or whether you don't. You see that fucking X button up there? Just click on the motherfucker and get lost. You do like drama? Oh, thank you. Yeah, no. Well, I appreciate your honesty. See, I don't really like it. I don't like it. I think why I don't like it is because they're all so fucking stupid. These channels, I think they are. They're too dumb to do anything else. Drama is their default setting. They're just too fucking stupid to talk about anything else. Yeah, I think YouTube dating would be a good idea. If anybody out there is looking for a thing, and I say you just get right on there and cut right down to the fucking thing. Put the sex shit first. Like you hit your G-spot, you like to deep throat. You think cum facials are degrading. Yeah, I just had a discussion about that about a week ago. And that's another one I'd like to talk about openly, but it's hard to not come across as a perv when you bring that up. I know some women that they'll break up with your ass. You want to give them a cum facial. They won't break up with my ass because I didn't take them out on a second date. But for other people, I don't think it's degrading. And here's another thing too. Where does degrading occur? Where does degrading occur? Does it occur in my mind or yours? If I ever did that, Say, do you like cum facials? Yeah, I like doing them. Do I think to myself, man, am I going to degrade you? Watch this. No, I don't. So when you're getting accused of degrading someone and you don't think you are, but they think it is, that's as fucked up as it can get. Yeah, I don't really care for the drama stuff, you know? Intelligent conversations. I like it too. I mean, you could say this is drama, you know? Yeah, I don't know too many women that ask for it. I'll tell you, and this is another thing. For some fucking crazy reason, probably because I took a swig of fucking, what's that fucking shit? ZzzQuil. Man, you'll have some crazy ass fucking dreams on that, and it's legal. And you sleep like a motherfucker. The only problem is it has a long half-life, so you're groggy when you get up. But I was thinking about this last night in my dreams. Fucking nuts. And that is, I think, a big thing when you're attracted to people is the subtleties. The subtleties. Like I was watching some of my homemade porn yesterday. These two girls were blowing me. And you know what turned me on the most out of the whole fucking thing? It's going to surprise you. It surprised me. And this is a 15-year-old two-girl blowjob tape, by the way. You know what the biggest thing was in that? And I didn't even recognize it then. And here, still paying dividends 15 years down the road. And that is when the one girl ran her fingers through the hair of the other. And even though neither one of them were lesbians and they were getting into it, making out, it just like really set off fireworks in my mind. Which brings me back to the subtleties. Like you liked when women asked for that. Yeah. Well, say you want it and they don't ask for it and you bring it up and they roll their eyes and kind of sigh. It's like such a fucking major turnoff. And I found out through spending a couple hours going back to my homemade porn last night, it was the subtleties in the videos that I liked the best. It wasn't always the best performance. It wasn't always the best looking women. It was the subtleties. Did they like something they didn't think they liked when they started to do it? Bingo. Try it out tonight. Try it out tonight. Yeah. It'll light that fire. It's the subtleties, the little weird things. Does it seem real as it occurs? Or is it like fake orgasms? Yeah, I've got tons of it. Or is it fake orgasm? This fake orgasm screaming in porn, it turned totally. You don't need to do that. That fake bullshit. You know, like they're screaming like somebody just scored a fucking touchdown. I mean, come on. Are you kidding? But it's the subtleties of being real. And if you go back and you think of your own sexual experiences, this is what really gets the fire down below going. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's like a joke. All good jokes are set up. You get them to drop their guard. Then you hit them with the punchline. It's funnier than fucking hell. Same thing with this section. It's the subtleties. Is it believable? Is it believable? Yeah, and that's the difference. I think I'm onto something. I think it's the difference. I got in an argument with a girlfriend one time, big heated argument. And she said she was faking it. I said, yeah, you didn't fake that wet vagina though, did you? Yeah, shut her the fuck up. So you see what I mean? It's getting to the truth. And it matters in sexuality just like it does with other things. That's it. I think I'm onto something. Think about this. I want you guys to, this is your homework assignment for today. If it was believable, did it seem genuine? Were they doing it just to get it over with? And when that's a 0, it's as good as it gets. Role playing. I don't like that role playing. I never needed to do it. I want it to be real. I don't need any acting. Duncan Booth, yeah. No, you don't need to take your meds. That's kind of true. That's a good thing. I like that thought process. So role play so they think it's for charity. Fucking A, right. That is a brilliant suggestion. Yeah, you just set this whole thing up and you do it for charity. Yeah, that's why you give, you do stupid shit, for charity. You dunk yourself in a fucking tub of ice cubes, all that bullshit. Yeah, that is bingo. Quit taking those meds. Don't take them the rest of this chat. Do it for charity. That way you got out no matter what. That is profound. No, I agree with you. Pretend it's for charity. Drama is a female thing. Yeah, you might be true. Like those stupid shows like NBA Wives and stuff. Now that is a good one. Crunch and Munch, I think you'd have to agree with that, don't you? Make it for fucking charity. That's what we'll do. We'll do with the new YouTube dating site. And that there's a charge for it, $10 for charity. Yeah, fuck yeah. That's a way to get to the truth. Yeah, thank you. That is the best idea I've heard of in a long time. Yeah, you do it for charity. I think that's like strip poker. Yeah, kind of like that. You're in or you're out. And once you agree to it, yeah, now we're for fucking charity. Yeah, hell yeah. And then, you're embarrassed. You wish you wouldn't have done it. It's like, oh, it's for a good cause charity. No matter the crazy shit you did, they still got the $10 at some fucking home for wayward women. Yeah, this is a bingo. Good one. Crunch and Munch, do we have your support? I mean, does this seem believable to you? For charity. Yeah, that is good. This is going to be a runaway horse with me. Yeah, I like that one. It's a good idea. And then we're going to compare odds. I mean, you look at, everybody I know a couple people trying dating websites now. And they're not too happy. They think it's a big scam. I know somebody on one. And she's cute too. And she's just too many. I don't buy these fucking, I think they're paid people to like keep the carrot dangling out there until you pay another $150 for 6 months more of bullshit. No, I like it where it went that time. Excellent. Yeah, no, yeah, you're right. You're right about that, Pug. You just got to channel it in the right direction. I mean, you're a sliver away from being a fucking billionaire. I mean, for all we know, this is how Amazon got started. I mean, look at the one he left his wife for. I thought the old wife was way better looking than the new. But I'll bet that new wife. Now, she was the girlfriend or wife of Gonzalez, the tight end in the NFL. Nice, big, tall, good-looking guy. And now she's with Jeff Bezos. I guarantee you she can suck both balls at once or something like that while she fucking plays a harpsichord. I bet old Jeffy, man, he's getting billion-dollar pussy now. And that old matronly-looking good person that wants to make the world a better place, that gags on a popsicle stick, he gave her the hee-ho. I bet Jeffy's biggest problem now is running out of cum every day. Now, I don't find that kind of woman particularly attractive. But I'll bet that son of a bitch is getting IVs and fucking back rubs and all sorts of stuff to keep up banging her all day long. I mean, she really lights his fire. He's had a moment of clarity, though. And he hasn't married her. I mean, how do you start a company like that and have all this wealth and then fuck up like that and marry that lunatic? And part of me, in a Disney way, feels a little bit of sadness for the old wife, although she's probably glad to get rid of him. She did the rebound thing, married some school teacher, and canned his fucking ass within a year. Yeah, it's life, man. See, you can have billions of dollars and it's not any better than our life, I think I think does whatever he wants, and like the difference between flying a kite and having a condo on Mars. Nobody comes on when they're a billionaire and talks about this fantastic sex they're having, why they dumped their wife. I mean, it's like Sandra Bullock and that fucking white trash, big dick motorcycle builder, that Jesse, whatever his name was. Sandra can never come on there, cultured, smart Jew with a ton of money, Look who he fooled around on, you know? And, Sandra will never be able to put both balls in her mouth at one time. So he left her for the tattoo girl. I mean, this shit matters, people. I mean, just crazy fucking sex. And, the sex is good when you're leaving $20 million a year. You just can't fucking take it anymore. She wants to hold hands. She thinks French kissing is like fucking exciting. This new one, man, she's probably got a firecracker in each ear. I mean, really mind-blowing great shit. None of this loving and bonding and all that bullshit they try and sell you in romance novels and movies. They're fucking like goddamn wild animals every day. It's easy. Just got to take some time to think about these things. Well, I think I'm going to go out and take 10 pounds of chicken to the vultures. Got to feed the bird feeder. Put out a bag of corn for the deer. I did some photography yesterday. Nothing great. Took about 100 photos. Lucky too, because it rained like hell after I got back. But it's a warm rain. 58 degrees here today. So I appreciate you guys coming on. It's fun. Pug, you hit it out of the park today. Throw those pills in the garbage. Yeah, it's after you've been married 20 years. Absolutely. Yeah. When you're young and stupid. Yeah, that's exactly it. Human behavior, man. Shouldn't be any surprise. Where you get into trouble is verbalizing it. You got to just learn to keep your mouth shut. What you don't say is more important. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it. Jeff, you have a good day today. Hope you have a good day. I think you need to write a book. I'd sure buy it. Absolutely right. Yeah, I think Jeff Bezos. I mean, she looks like she has a dick to me. For all we know, she puts on a big strap on, fucking bangs him in the ass. You never know, man. You just don't know. I don't find her attractive at all. No, but your wife's smart. She's always looking for plan B and to enhance things. No wonder you're still married and in love. She have any sisters, by the way, your wife? Yeah, see, she wants to keep things good. But I think the old wife's much more attractive. I'd like to see her, as a matter of fact, in a bukkake video on black bikers. Now, the new one looks like she ought to be in a bukkake video of black bikers. But the old wife just looked kind of matronly. I mean, I feel a little bit sorry for these women sometimes. They bury your children, and you started out in a garage and did having money, and then just some fucking nymphomaniac that can deep throat and thinks butt fucking's great foreplay kind of get you when all the money starts rolling in. And that's another example of life just not fair. Now, she did end up scoring financially, but he left her for this other Amazon. I feel a little sad, but maybe it's the Disney syndrome. Deep down, after you sift through just layers of porn in my brain, I just am a sucker for a love story. You need to dig to China for that in my brain. So, Pug, thanks a lot. Like I said, you hit it out of the park today. I know Penny's learned a lot. When Penny used to come on here, she used to just give us those boring Christian Bible quotes all the time. And she's come full circle. She says, fuck now quite a bit. She talks about sex, and we don't hardly hear anything about her Lord and Savior, which is she's learned the hard way. Goodbye, Crunch and Munch. Maybe I'll do one tonight. Probably not. Karen, thank you for coming on. And Jeff, I don't want to miss anybody. Angie, thanks. Crunch and Munch. Terry. People think you're skipping them. I'm not. Mark. Yeah, sorry, but I'm just signing off. We're going to start a YouTube dating site. Good. You going to come on tonight, Mark? Oh, yeah, video. I sure will. Some days like today, they got kind of a schedule. Now, this is not a good time to feed them. It's like midday, but I'll video. I'll set up the GoPros. You know, one of my GoPros didn't record the other night, and I hope that's not an SD card going bad. It might be. When you come to visit, if you see a little camera, I'll have black tape over the blinking red light. It's just me recording you while you take your shower. I hope you don't mind. All right, Mark. Mark, if you have one, then I don't want to go on your channel anymore because, you know, I canned all these fucking liberals. And I know if they see me on there, it's going to piss them off that you'd allow me to come on there and talk all that shit. If I do come on, I'll just like be silent. You know how it is. It's fucking stupid. Feed videos. Yeah, I like doing it. All right. Well, have a good day, you guys. And thanks for coming out. It's fun. I like these impromptu chats. You rock on. Yeah, do it. You don't really, yeah, I put mine on. I do mine a lot of different ways. The only knock on the GoPro, I mean, I think it's a wonderful, super deal, is it close-ups, you know? I mean, I got to put a fucking chicken breast like 6 inches from the lens to get those real good close-ups, which, you know, work, but I mean, I think they're worth every dime. But you should, and I'll do that if I see if they're out there. But if they're not, I'll wait till later. Yeah, the zoom, it is. Yeah, close-ups. I mean, like the other day, I'll give you an example. When I was in Hilton Head and I did that rough water, those fucking cameras were right up to where the water was crashing, and I was afraid it was gonna like hit it and like take it out to sea. And here, when you look at the videos, it's like this isn't that great. Looks like I was like 25 yards from the water, and I was right up along the edge. You know? Cool. No, it sucks. It sucks. Yeah, it's worthless. But that's also what allows you to get like a whole flock of vultures on the ground as opposed to just one looking in the camera from 6 inches away. So you can't have it both ways, but you can adjust it, you know. All right, well, take care, you guys, and thanks a lot. Party on.